everyone. My name is Donnise Webb. I am from Miami, Florida. And my story a little bit parallels Monique's. I'm an attorney in Miami, and a corporate attorney, and I've been doing that pretty much my whole career. And I always thought, like most of us, that we should get a job, and retire from that place and cash out on off of your 401k. And that's all I did until about 2006. I started learning that we should really have other streams of income. Ideally, you really should have a business of your own instead of relying on someone else. So I started looking at other opportunities. I actually was a restaurant franchisee while I was an attorney for 8 years, and realized that that was just another expensive job. It was a lot of work. And I transitioned out of that because I discovered real estate. And so I started doing a lot of courses, YouTube University, and attending seminars. And one day I was on my computer and I was on the Bigger Pockets website or their YouTube channel. And there was this amazing woman that was being interviewed, and her name is Monique. And in 2019, that's when I discovered Monique. And she talked about apartment syndications, which was something I had never heard of. We did have like 2 single family rentals. I had one, my husband had one. I had never heard about syndications, and I was fascinated. And immediately after that, I went and looked up her website. We connected with her through her website, and later in 2019, I actually did my first apartment syndication with Monique as a result of that interview and learning about it. And I just continued to follow her and follow the Goddesses program just to learn more, and I was just really, really intrigued. After that, I continued to learn about real estate, and then I decided to join the program that she had, where she offers a sisterhood, really, which is super important to me. And I learned so much from her and from the other women that taught in the program. It just opened my mind to the fact that there's so many different ways to invest in real estate. I always thought is you buy a house and you rent it out and that's it, but there's so many ways. So since then, since becoming part of this sisterhood, I've done a lot with regard to real estate. I learned things that I didn't want to do. So for example, my first introduction was wholesaling, and I realized I don't want to be a wholesaler. I don't want to make cold calls or door knock or anything like that. But syndications was something that I liked because I loved the idea of being a passive investor. And so over the course of the years from 2019 to the current date, I've actually participated in 4 different syndications, 2 with Monique, 1 with Desiree in the back in Mexico, which I'm super excited about, and another one in Texas. So part owner of properties in Georgia, Texas, and in Mexico. And it's amazing. It's been a great learning opportunity for me as a passive investor to see how syndications work. And so one of my goals by, what year is it, 2020? is to be a general partner in a multifamily or real estate syndication. So that's one of the goals that I'm working towards. In addition to that, over the course of the years, I purchased a property in Miami, Florida that was a distressed property for a really good price. And we did a total rehab. I didn't expect it to be a total rehab, but once you start opening the walls, you start seeing things. And it ended up being a major rehab, which was really great for me to experience. And we converted it into what we call a group home or transitional housing. And the way that works is it's a 4-bedroom house. It was actually 4 bedrooms with 1 bath. We were able to squeeze in a half bath in there. And we fully furnish it, and we rent it by the bed. So we have 2 private rooms, and then we have 2 rooms that are shared by 2 people. So we house six people. My target market was individuals that were aging out of foster care. because, you know, they really don't have a place to go, and they'll usually get a stipend in order to help them transition out of foster care. And in addition to that, since it was slow getting referrals, I actually opened it up to general population. So I have 6 lovely young women. They're all in their 20s. They all work, and they have formed their own little community in this house, and it's been a blessing for me to be a blessing to them by providing them affordable housing, because the Miami market is horrible. You can't really live by yourself if you're, you know, working in a restaurant or things like that. So it's worked out really well for them, and as for me as a real estate investor, it works out really well financially. Just to give you an idea, if I were to rent this house traditionally in the location where it's at, I could, when I opened it, I could have earned possibly $1,800 a month in rent, renting it to a family, traditionally, unfurnished. But renting it as transitional housing and renting it by the bed, I'm earning $4,200 a month. So the expenses are a little bit higher because I am paying the electricity and water, but that's a few $100s. So the rewards for me and the rewards for them, it's a win-win situation, and it's been a tremendous blessing for me and for them. In addition to that, we moved and we purchased a new house for ourselves, myself and my husband. My mom is elderly and she lives with us now, so we needed more space. And we converted our old primary residence into a medium-term rental, which I'm super excited about. We just had our second set of guests that came in. A lot of the information that I got with regard to medium-term rentals came from, you know, studying online, but a big part of it came about in, January, February. Yes,
soulmate retreat.
We did our soulmate retreat. We were in Mexico, and Amanda was there, and we were scared about, you know, doing this medium-term rental. Is it gonna rent enough? Is it gonna cover the cost? And she gave us such amazing information and insight that really encouraged us to go forward, so thank you for that. And as a result, we're doing really, really well. So we just got our most recent booking for $10,000 for 2 months.
Nice.
So that's gross.
So what would you get if you were doing it, so about $5,000 a month? What would you get if you were renting it long term?
Right. If I was renting it long term in the Miami market, I could probably get like $3,500 a month. So. And we are currently in the process of negotiating, well, we've negotiated, we're waiting for the paperwork to get signed. We're buying a duplex in Cleveland, Ohio, next to my mother-in-law's house, which we will end up doing a rehab on and renting it. And we're gonna be looking to run the numbers to see whether shared housing is the play or just renting it traditionally. So, you know, and I really attribute a lot of that success that I've had to the Goddess program, mainly because of the sisterhood, mainly because of the accountability groups. So we have accountability groups where we meet in the mornings for like 15 minutes and we hold each other accountable. What's your goal for the month? Okay, so what'd you do today to reach your goal or to progress towards your goal? And that has really helped me to take those steps, because a lot of us have, you know, procrastination, analysis paralysis. You get to bounce ideas off of each other. I can call Kimberly, I can call Desiree, I can call Amanda, I can call Monique. I can, you know, if I have a question, if I need help. So it's been a blessing, and we're just gonna keep going up from here.
Thank you.